love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out.
Hello, Miami. Thank you so much, Roger 305 Sports. Now you're on 305 Live as I am setting myself up here to witness what would be a pretty monumental day for the University of Miami in terms of recruiting for the 2026 class, as we are waiting at 7 p.m. starting the commitment announcement of, they say 4-star, but let's call him really 5-star. He's the best running back, I believe, in this entire class. Derrek Cooper, yes, the multifaceted athlete who could play running back. He could line up a wide receiver. He could play linebacker. He also plays safety as well. One of the best, if not the best athlete in this class as well. And he is he's set to pick today between what would be the Ohio State Buckeyes, the Miami Hurricanes, Florida State, Georgia, Texas, and of course, and Texas as well. Okay, again, in case I missed one, Miami, Florida State, Georgia, Texas, and Ohio State. So those are the 5 schools that he's slated to pick from. I'll give you my personal opinion. It's nice that Florida State has a hat on the table today, but no, they're not going to be picked there. They're not going to go there. He's not going to go there. All right. It's too much instability right now over there in Tallahassee for Derrek Cooper, I believe, to go. That's number one. So get like Florida State out of the bug right there. I wouldn't say never, but I seriously doubt he's going to be wearing garnet and gold. So let's put it that way. The other one I think is going to be gone is going to be Ohio State. Although Ohio State is the defending national champion this upcoming season, he's very close to his family. It's very cold up there too. And I just don't think that Derrek Cooper will agree to go to Ohio State or commit to Ohio State because the fact is a bit further away from his family. And I don't think that, that's pretty much it. As far also cold weather as well. I don't know if he's going to want to play over there in Columbus for a long period of time. So that leaves 3 teams. That leaves the U, that leaves Georgia, and that leaves, of course, as we know, the Texas Longhorns. Okay, let's get the elephant in the room out the way. It is predicated. Steve Wilfong dropped a 60% confidence bomb today that he's going to pick Texas. The momentum has been on the side of the Longhorns this upcoming season, at least this upcoming cycle, as we've seen it proceed itself. It's been a Miami-Georgia battle for a while. Texas just swooped in, and Texas is now the favorite. I do want to say this. I'm going to reiterate again. After the commitment's over, I'll stay on a little longer with you guys if you guys want to make some comments about it, etc. I want to first talk about Georgia. All right, I think Georgia is a good program. I think Georgia is a school that I understand why he's attracted to it. It's a recent winner as well as in the SEC. It's not that far away. Okay, Georgia is obviously just above the state of Florida, borders the state of Florida. So I could understand why Kirby Smart's a very good recruiter as well. And they're in need of running backs. Okay, they had a very subpar season at running back, and I do think that they would try to land Derrek Cooper to improve that room as well. Even though it's funny enough, they do put guys in the NFL in that position as well as linemen. Hasn't been a very good year for Georgia. All right. Okay. So Hunter Honda, Texas fan here. Good luck, y'all. So happy to have football around the corner. I agree, and I will say that the Texas fan base, from what I've read online, I had someone troll me the other day. I thought it was pretty funny. But the Texas fan base online has been pretty cool with the Canes fans. I've seen as far as dialogue goes, as far as Derrek Cooper goes. I also want you guys to understand, although he is the favorite, that recruitment is long from over. Okay, that recruitment is long from over. But again, going back to Georgia, I can see why you put a hat on for Georgia. That being said, then let's go to Miami. Okay, let's go to Miami. Now, I'll explain why I didn't go with my Texas first over Miami. Miami is the hometown school. Grew up a Canes fan. Miami is beloved by his family. His mom is a Canes fan. She loves the university. She loves the coaching staff. She's from what I understand, she's been in contact with them as well. So obviously, you got to go. You have to talk to parents. So mom enjoys, likes Cristobal, likes Coach Merritt as well, likes Coach Dawson, likes the atmosphere the university brings, likes what Coach Cristobal is building. So that's why it would be surprised he puts on the Miami hat today. So that's where I think we're at. As far as Texas goes, I get why Texas. listen, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I do think, and it's just my opinion, and I'm not throwing in a shade because Miami does it too. Everybody does it. I don't care what anyone says. Everybody does it. I do think NIL is going to play a role here. I mean, Texas, I don't even think they're being quiet about it, at least according to On3, because they're putting everybody's laundry out there. They're spending. Okay, they're spending. They're. I mean, they can. I mean, it's a wealthy school. I mean, it has, there's the oil money and stuff like that with Texas A&M, etc. So it's fine. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I don't care. Okay, but it's not just. What up, Philly K? How's it going, man? How's it going? Yeah. So going back to what I was saying about the whole NIL thing, I don't care if he takes a bag. If it took a bag to get him there, whatever. It is what it is. And I'm not going to Philly. Yeah, Philly Kane. I'm not going to knock on the kid. Okay, Texas is also a very good program. It's up and coming. They have a playoff victory as well. Steve Sarkisian, Coach Sarkisian, has that program playing very well. They have Arch Manning. They have a very good recruiting class this year. They've been surging as well, picking up the top linebacker and the top defensive tackle in this class as well. One from the state of Georgia, the other one here from the state of Florida as well, James Johnson. So I think that Texas is in a very good position right now as far as things go. Okay. So yeah. So we'll see. Yeah, my boy Q. Okay, my boy Q just told me that there hasn't been a bat signal yet. Those of you that are in the X circles of the Miami Hurricanes, assistant head of recruiting, Coach Darren Smith. Darren Smith likes to put up bat signals whenever, about maybe like 30 minutes before a recruit is about to commit. Darren Smith has not done that. My boy Q, guys know from the I Hate Football podcast. Please check him out. Please subscribe as well. Has said that he looks like it's going to be Texas because Coach Smith would have done that already. He did the same thing for Samarian Wingo a couple days ago when Samarian committed to Miami. He put, the bat signal is, of course, Sebastian Yves with the pipe as well. Philly Kane, I would love some good news with Cooper, but if he goes to Texas, I'm not going to sweat it. Yeah, man, listen, recruiting, and I'm sure Texas fans could agree, recruiting is a marathon. It's not a sprint. Miami has flipped guys late into the year as well. Zapata, a Texas hook'em. Okay. They have flipped guys. They flipped Mark Fletcher from Ohio State. They flipped Jordan Lyle. They flipped Armando Blunt from Florida State. They flipped Justice Scott from Ohio State late into a season. I think it's a little different now with the way NIL is and the way revenue is going to be being shared and so on. I don't think you'll see as many flips as you will be seeing as you've seen recently in the past. Okay, this is Q right, as well. Texas missed on a ton of recruits for the past month. A lot of unused money available to spend on a few big time kids as of recent. All right, okay, that makes some sense. That makes some sense. As well as far as the recruitment goes for Texas, before we start, I just want to show a little bit of the highlight video of Derrek Cooper. This is one of the main reasons why Miami is definitely after him. As you can look in the video, the kid is an absolute beast. Again, I'll be honest with you, man, he is electric as a running back, and he's built already as if he was in the college game as well. He's very nice, though. Like, I've seen interviews with the young man. He's a very good kid as far as the way that he presents himself as well. A very heady football player, hits a hole once he sees it, is able to run away from everybody as well, has that good South Florida speed that he has as far as his background goes. He's a great safety too as well. He had about 4 interceptions as a sophomore as well. And of course it's a definite must that he wants to play linebacker and he wants to play running back as well, wherever school he goes to, whether it's Miami, Texas, Georgia. I'm only mentioning those 3 schools. I think those are the only 3 schools that are honestly in the race for this young man. So I do think that's going. That's the case. Another thing about it, Larry Bluestein I heard today on Locked On Canes believes that he will probably make a bigger impact on the defensive side of the ball as a linebacker. Now, Miami, if we're being sincere and frank about this, Miami has a nice running back room. I think he's so skilled that he'll leapfrog a few of the guys that are in this class as well. But I do think that at the end of the day, okay, Fresh 3542 is picking Texas. At the end of the day, if he excels as a linebacker, he excels as a linebacker. So both very physical positions, by the way. Running back and linebacker are very, very, very physical, as it's very tough, on the body. Okay, whether you're a linebacker, you're taking a lot of hits as well. You're taking on some of the biggest guys, whether it's offensive linemen, whether also it's running backs, basically going head to head with you, and of course, being a running back, you're also going between the tackles, so it's constant punishment. So it's not like like what Travis Hunter did, where Travis Hunter was a wide receiver, and also a cornerback as well for Colorado. Sometimes you don't see the ball on your side of the field. Derrek Cooper will be getting a lot of contact for both positions in which he wants to play at whatever respective school he decides to go to. So I just want to show you guys the highlights a bit of this. Like I said, this kid is just a beast of a young man. He's an absolute monster when it comes to being in his position, whether it's at running back or whether it's at linebacker as well. He takes punishment, not just speedy. He can break tackles as well, keeps those legs churning. Those are all things that are very important for a running back. I hope Miami can pull off the upset, but I do have to agree with my buddy Q. If there's no bat signal, that's an issue. Now, what should concern Canes fans, it concerns me. And I do want to say that the good thing is that that Miami's had a hat on the table for each player in the top position every season. They had a hat on the table for Jeremiah Smith, who's, by the way, although he stayed verbally committed to Ohio State, that recruitment was never truly done, as it's been reported. And I think even he said it, that he did have a Miami hat in his hand when he was going through the hats in the bag a couple of years ago when he was deciding what school to go to. Another thing as well was DJ Pickett. Miami was pushing to the very end. Pickett ends up signing with LSU as well. So if we don't get Cooper, this is the third guy that's in his top position as an athlete, running back, etc., that Miami is not able to close in. And the interesting part about this is that this young man, they have been recruiting him for years. Since like the 8th or 9th grade, they have been on this kid. Like I said, South Florida, Miami's been on it. Texas comes in and whoop, and you get the sorry about that, guys. And you get the commitment. So they'll be able to get the commitment. So we'll see what happens, okay? Let me just minimize my screen a little bit so you get a little bit of nice Florida background. Sorry about that. We'll see what happens as time goes on. I'm going to try to line up now the the one with CBS on YouTube. Okay, the CBS on YouTube. Guys, feel free to comment as well. I'm very grateful to everybody who comments. If you have secondary comments as well, I will be on for about another 15-20 minutes after the commitment to speak with you guys and read your comments on the air and ask whatever questions you decide. I do think that though like I said, the recruitment will not end. Okay, that recruitment will not end with whatever school he picks. If Miami does end up getting him, which it doesn't look like it's going to be that way based upon what I've been told, Miami's not going to stop. Okay, Miami's not going to stop. And I think Texas is going to feel the same way, as Texas will continue to put a lot more heat to make sure that they don't lose on defense, as well as they'll be playing a defensive position right now with the school who holds his verbal commitment. It's a verbal commitment, guys. And until December, when you sign, it's not over yet. Okay, it's not over yet. And Miami's been burned, man. Remember Cormani McClain, man. Cormani McClain was Canes through and through. Coach Prime comes in and it's over, okay? Cormani McClain ends up going to Colorado, now in Florida. That you know how that was kind of a tough one for Canes fans to swallow as well. But nonetheless, I do think that Derrek Cooper will be the better college player all around. Okay, I hope I don't get any heat for saying that, but it is what it is. I don't think that he's going to bounce around from school to school just because of his attitude or the case would be. I do think I think Cooper's going to be that dude for that school. And like I said, man, Texas is in a position where they can actually say, hey, listen, yeah, we do pay well. All right. We've always recruited well, even though before the NIL. Down here. All right. So let's see. I'm going to take the volume down just a tad bit. And I'm hearing the noise. Let me go to the actual share screen, as I got the sign that YouTube is ready to launch. Okay, before anything,
Let's go
I
out to
do
Fort
want to
Lauderdale,
say,
where Derrek Cooper is
I do
standing
want to
by,
say
set to
that
make
this is
a
for fair
decision
use.
he
Okay,
will
so
never
please do
forget.
not,
And to get things
do
started,
not,
here's 24/7 Sports analyst Tom Lloyd.
do
Tom,
not
take it
knock
away.
down this frequency. This is
Thank you,
for fair
Chris.
use.
Derrek,
We'll be
first, thank you for
commenting
joining us
on
here
this
at
video.
24/7
Let's
Sports and
listen to the
CBS
commentary from
Sports.
Derrek
Look,
Cooper
it
right
has
now.
been a long process. You have every offer in the country. You've been recruited heavily for the roughly 3 to 4 years now. How does it feel to
We don't
finally
waste any
be
time.
here on
7 p.m.
commitment
right on the
day?
dot.
It feels great to be here with family and friends. You know, there's a lot of support out here. So, yeah, let's get to it.
I know you mentioned it. You have a ton of family and friends, both in person, watching at home. You know, all these people are excited to find out where you're headed. Who are some of the people there alongside you today who have helped you get to this point in your process?
The people aside of me are my mother, my stepdad, my sister, my dad, my girlfriend, my brother, and my mentor.
And I know there's a ton of other people there. It's a packed house for sure. But look, you have 5 finalists: Georgia, Florida State, Miami, Ohio State, and Texas. As you narrow things down to this select group, what were you looking for in a school and a program?
What I'm looking for in a school and a program is
Willie McMillan is delusional.
You know, I want to go where they run the ball. They're able to show a 3-down back. You know, I feel like I'm a 3-down back here. I want to be able to prove that on the college level.
And lastly, before we get to your commitment speech and your final decision, I know you're going to go in depth on all the schools, but can you share with everyone what the fans, coaches, and your future teammates can expect from Derrek Cooper, the player, but also the person?
Say it again.
I was just, you know, now that you're about to make your decision, tell the fans, tell the coaches, your future teammates, what can they expect from Derrek Cooper, the person, but also the player?
They can expect them.
The moment is here. Please tell everybody where you are continuing your academic and athletic career.
Well, you know, first I got a little speech for the people in the building right now. So let's get to it. You know, first off, I'd like to thank God, the man above, because without him, I wouldn't, you know, be here. I'd like to thank my family, my friends, my coaching staff, my mentors. Just without them people, you know, I don't know where I would be at in life. I'd like to thank the 5 schools. You know, these schools are really good, great schools, and I feel like any choice couldn't go wrong. But, you know, with that being said, I'll be, for the next 3-4 years, I'll be committed to.
All right, guys, expected. It was Texas. All right, guys. It was expected. It was Texas.
What a huge win for the Texas Longhorns.
It's Texas.
Massive.
Okay, it was Texas. All right. All right. So it was Texas, man. It was Texas. I totally listen, I'm not gonna act like I'm not it sucks, okay? It sucks because it seems like Miami's always in this this position in which they have the guy, they have the hat on the table. They had the hat on the table for Jeremiah Smith, they had a hat on the table for DJ Pickett, and they had it on the table this time for Derrek Cooper. Miami spent all of this time. I mean, all of this time. I haven't heard anything about I'm sorry, Jason Johnson. Sorry about that. I haven't heard anything about Jacquez Wilkes for tomorrow. Okay, I have no idea. I heard Cortez Redding. Miami's in a good position for him as well. So we'll see. Okay, we'll see how that goes. I understand we're good at running back, but you always want to get 2 in every single recruiting cycle. Javion Mallory is somebody we do have, and right now we're playing defense predominantly against Alabama as well. So I wonder if Miami, of course, going to continue with the recruitment of Derrek Cooper, but I'm wondering if they're going to push the whole Jay Lamar thing again. If that's something they're going to want to see if they can flip him from the school he's at right now as well. Philly Kane. Okay, Philly Kane. It sucks, but we just have to win, get these results, recruits. I am not upset, but this just sucks. Yeah, listen, man. Listen, for all the NIL talk as far as Texas goes, you know, and so on, for all the NIL talk and everything that's been said about NIL, blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, Texas does have a resume. Okay, Bijan Robinson, okay, was a stud running back, got picked very high in the first round by the Atlanta Falcons as well. They also went, far in the playoffs last season as well. They've won a playoff game. They're in an upward trajectory with Steve Sarkisian as well as the head coach. And Miami's just got to do it, man. Listen, Miami as well. Okay, Miami has had a slate of bad luck. Okay, the last 2 to 3 seasons of Coach Cristobal, you had the infamous knee. Okay, with Coach Cristobal, but I would honestly say that knee doesn't happen if it's not for poor quarterback play. Miami had very poor quarterback play the second year of Coach Cristobal, Shannon Dawson's first year. Elijah Rowe being out as a security blanket for TVD was not also easy either. So that's something that hurt the Miami Hurricanes. So TVD, and his his bad coaching and stuff. His bad quarterback play was a big thing. So that's number one. But you had a pretty good defense. You had James Williams back there, you had Cam Kitchens that were veteran savvy, especially Cam was very veteran savvy. And Maui Noah, Kiko played a very good that year as well. And Ruben Bain had 6.5 sacks. So it was a wasted defense that season, as Miami was a legit, very good defense that season as well. So TVD kind of blew that one. Then last season, you go 10-3, you win 10 games, and it's your defense that is the problem. Lack of communication. The secondary was atrocious. They weren't in the right position at times. The front four didn't get pressure enough during major parts of the game as well. Sometimes they were out physical as well during the process as well. So that was a big problem with the defense. You hopefully, with Corey Heatherman, you can only go up in this case. I do think the defense will be better this upcoming season, and you've basically added a lot to your secondary. You spent a lot of portal money on your secondary with guys like Xavier Lucas, Charles Brantley, as well as Zachariah Poyser as well. So I do expect Miami's defense to be better. At the end of the day, you also have to win. If Miami could win games, if Miami could beat both Notre Dame and Florida, I think guys like Derrek Cooper, Calvin Russell we'll have to look at Miami again like, oh, damn, something like that. The offense is going to be really good. I don't know why. I would say more the outside of the Canesverse, with the exception of a couple. JD Pickle and Josh Pate are like, with Carson Beck. Carson Beck had a subpar season, I would say, because his team led, I think, the entire collegiate football in drops, about 400 yards worth of drops. Beck lost this year. The offensive line play wasn't very good either, which also the running game suffered as well. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Mike Bobo sucks as an OC, and he sucked in South Carolina, and he sucks also in Georgia. I think they should fire him and give James Coley the reins of that one. James Coley in my opinion, is a better OC. Little old school when it comes to his style, but he's a better OC in my opinion. I think James Coley should take that role from Mike Bobo as well. So at the end of the day, man, you gotta win, dude. And I do think that if Miami could put on the field, put a good product, win the ACC, or at least go to the championship game and go to the playoffs, and show that there's always gradual improvement. These guys will start to commit. Okay, mind you, I do want to say this. I don't want to seem all doom and gloom, because Miami does have a top 10 class. Okay, Miami has a very, very, very good recruiting class. Okay, so I do want people to understand that Miami is done very well. But when it's come to some of these big guys, except for Jackson Cantwell, they, like I said, they missed out on Calvin Russell. Okay, even though I do think Tristan Keys is more ready as a wide receiver than for the collegiate level than Calvin is, but nonetheless, Calvin was a talked about guy. You missed out on Bryce Perry Wright. You missed out on James Johnson. You missed out on Lamar Brown as well. Okay, now you missed out on Derrek Cooper. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Okay, at the end of the day, it's a marathon. It's an absolute marathon. Everybody, James Johnson was Bulldogs, and then it was Hook'em Horns about 2 weeks later. Not to say that Derrek Cooper is going to do that. From what I've heard about Derrek Cooper, the way they've covered his recruitment, from what I saw just now, as he had his family with him as well, he seems to be a kid with a good head on his shoulders. I'm not saying Jim Johnson's not. I don't want to get the wrong idea. But I'm trying to say that I don't think it's gonna be an easy flip. He's not flipping in 2 weeks. Is what I'm trying to say. Okay, he's not flipping in 2 weeks. Okay, so whatever reasons these other players have, the bottom line is, though, I do think that this is tough. Right, this is tough. Yeah, Jeremiah Smith literally the hat for you and held the hat on the day of signing day and decides to go to Ohio State. Business-wise, turned out to be a very good decision, as he was a stud and he won a national championship with the Buckeyes, because as a true freshman. And then you have DJ Pickett, a guy that was yours to lose. I remember last year, all over X, DJ Pickett, no matter what. Okay, no matter what. And he ends up stating his commitment with LSU. And then now you have Derrek Cooper. It was Derrek Cooper no matter what, stay home, all these things. And Derrek Cooper, as of right now, has really committed to the Texas Longhorns. Okay, Juan Torres, here we go. Okay, Juan Torres, Miami Hurricanes lost out another great running back, Derrek Cooper, James Johnson, Patrick Surtain, wide receiver Jeremiah Smith, and DJ Pickett as well. Yeah, I don't know if Surtain was ever in the mix. I did hear, believe it or not, it was J-Rock's grandfather who told me that Surtain was in the mix, and Miami blew that one. But I really don't, from what I remember, I don't ever think Surtain ever showed any interest in Miami that I can recall. Okay, if you guys know anything else on the side, like, yeah, he did. Miami just didn't drop the ball in the recruitment. I don't know. All right, but nonetheless, I don't know if Surtain was really that interested in Miami. I know. Obviously, I know DJ Pickett was. Okay, I know James Johnson was in the mix, heavily in the mix with Miami. Jeremiah Smith definitely was in the mix for Miami as well. But I have to show respect, man, to both Pickett and Jeremiah. They stuck with it. Listen, one thing I will say is I don't like it when coaches say like the coaches like the Dabo Sweeneys that say if you commit to us, you're with us, and that's it, no matter what, or you lose your scholarship with us and stuff like that. I'm not a big fan of that. The reason being is because I think it's important. First of all, it's a business decision for these kids. These kids, in many cases, I'm not saying Derrek Cooper did this. I think he legit picked Texas because of what they're bringing to the table. I know some kids, when they commit, they sometimes commit to get their offer statuses up. That's one thing. The same thing, coaches, man. Coaches go to the highest bidder sometimes too when they leave schools. But that being said, I think it's okay for kids to explore. I think if they want to see, if they want to see if the school that they really wanted to go to or the second choice is really improving and they could get on the field right away, why not? Give them a shot. Okay, give them a shot. So I think at the end of the day, they're seeing the country. They're seeing cities, okay, as well. Something that they probably never done, being younger, whether it's middle school or high school or whatever. I mean, it is what it is. So I do think it's important that these kids just see the country. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And that's basically it. All right, that's basically it as far as things go. So listen, man. Congratulations, Derrek Cooper, on your pick. Okay, hopefully it works out for you. But I'm not gonna lie. I really hope he flips. Okay, as a Canes fan, I really hope he flips as well. And I have to say, the Texas fans, at least from what I've seen online, have shown nothing but respect as well. So they've been very classy about things. I can respect that as well. So we'll see. Hey, listen, I just gotta say, it ain't over. It is not over. Mario Cristobal and the Miami Hurricanes are not going to let this one slide, especially since they were ahead in his recruitment for a good significant amount of time. And we do know that the family does love Miami. Okay, they do like the university, they do like the coaching staff as well, and he's closer to home. Okay, that's a factor as well. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if there's nothing else, all right, that's it for me. I want to thank all of you that pretty much participated in the chat. Jason Johnson, Kelly Kane Gang, Philly Kane, Juan Torres, Fresh 3542, Q, Michael Zapata, Philly Kane as well, Hunter Honda. Thank you so much for all of you for participating as well. I will be on again. I'll be recording on Tuesday evening with Dante from Q Sports Media. We'll be going over what just happened today. We're going over what just happened today. What's next for Miami from here on out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if that's all, I want you guys please subscribe to this channel, 305 Sports Now. I'll try to do more of these every so often. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm 0-2. If I continue to miss, I may not do these again because I may be the anti-Dono. Because like when Dono goes on vacation, we tend to get recruits. Okay, we tend to get commits. What I tend to do live, covering recruits, we tend to miss. Okay, I'm 0-2, so hopefully the trajectory changes. Okay, as well. So guys, God bless. Don't forget to subscribe, please. 305 Sports Now. Again, I will be on Tuesday evening recording with Dante of Q Sports Media as well. And again, I'll be lining up some more guests in the near future. Everybody God bless. Have a wonderful day. Go Canes. It's a sad one, guys. really wanted Derrek Cooper. Derrek Cooper was him and Heze Cat were my two favorite recruits this recruiting cycle, and both went to different schools. But again, it's not a marathon. I'm sorry, it's a marathon, not a sprint. And I will say this: I do think that between Heze Cat and Derrek Cooper, the one I would think would flip would be Derrek. Okay, over Heze. Okay, that's the only thing. All right, based upon location and so on in relationships. All right, ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful evening, guys. It's a tough one, guys. Stay safe. Bye-bye, everybody. Hold on. Oh, before I go, I almost forgot. Before I leave you, I want to give you guys a word. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. Let's see what Jeff Watson said. These guys are seeing us buy a quarterback a year. They want to see stability and winning. Jeff, I agree with you, except I think this is the last year they're going to do that. The reason why we did that is because Emory did not look ready after what we saw in the Pop-Tart Bowl. But I can honestly guarantee you that Luke Nickel, who has a history of winning at the high school level, a bit more mobile as well, is more dynamic than Emory, and Darion Coleman are the future of this university and the football program. So I'm going to say this: next year, I do not expect us to have another quarterback, purchased in the transfer portal. The keys are either going to go to Luke, Emory, or Darion Coleman. And I'll be honest to tell you, I'm only saying Emory as a courtesy. I do not think that Emory Williams will be the starting quarterback at this university. I do think it's either going to be Luke Nickel or Darion Coleman. My money's on Luke based upon experience. Okay, that's the only thing. But I don't think that I was gonna say that we'll have another transfer portal quarterback the following year. But I do agree with you. D Money did bring up one thing that watching us lose, and a lot of these South Florida kids, their family members in general, they're Canes fans. They probably complain about the team. So the generation that is being recruited today, never saw the glory days of the Hurricanes. Okay, they never saw I'm gonna go more contemporary. They never saw Santana Moss. They never saw Mike Rump play on the field. They never saw Reggie Wayne. They never saw Clint Portis. They never saw Edwin James, Frank Gore, Brian McKinney, Joaquin Gonzalez, Brett Romberg. They never saw those guys. Of course, John Vilma, Sean Taylor. They never saw those guys play. Okay, so they haven't seen it. So they haven't seen how great this university could be with just adding the right pieces and putting them together. But that's why you see more of a national recruitment coming out of Coach Cristobal and his staff than more localized. I know we've gotten some players from North Florida and so on. That's from the South, but it's happening to all three schools. A lot of the South Florida talent, they're going elsewhere. They're not staying home or staying in state, to be exact. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, before I do go, again, please don't forget to subscribe. But before we go, I do want to say a word from our sponsor, Fan Outfitters. And here we go. Who's the official sponsor of 305 Sports Now? Ooh, Miami. I am proud to announce that Fan Outfitters is the official sponsor of 305 Sports Now. With locations in Pembroke Pines, Davie, and Kendall, you can find the latest gear and accessories for all your favorite South Florida teams. Teams like your Miami Hurricanes, your Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers, Miami Dolphins, Miami Heat, Inter Miami, Miami Marlins, and many, many more. So if you ever find yourself in the Pembroke Pines area, Davie, or Kendall, please stop by Fan Outfitters, the official sponsor of 305 Sports Now. Yeah, ladies and gents. Also, please do not forget to check out Fan Outfitters in Davie, Kendall, and also Pembroke Pines as well. I just bought this really nice coffee thermos for the Miami Heat as well over at Fan Outfitters. They got whatever you need for all your respective teams, everybody. All right, everybody. Once again, I am Will. Please do not forget to subscribe to 305 Sports Now. Tough one, guys, but like I said, marathon, not a sprint. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. Bye. See you soon.